Hello, my YouTube friends. What's going on? It's Richard, founder of Short-Term Rental University and Airbnb Superhost. Today, Charles and I are filming from our brand new studio. It's a work in progress. It's a total disaster. You look around here, it's a mess. But guess what? It won't be for long, so it's part of the process. We were so excited to film something. We wanted to stop what we were doing and get right on the video. I want to talk to you today about how I picked my movers, who turned out to be fantastic. And whether you're moving yourself, you're moving your business, or you're not moving at all, what we're talking about here is the process. What's involved to make sure that you get what it is that you're looking for and how to select the right provider, vendor, contractor, partner, etc. It doesn't matter how you apply it, it's just the process. So let's get started. So to simplify things, we're gonna make this really easy. We're gonna talk about 3 different parts of the process that I went through. The first one is know what the heck you want. Sounds really obvious, right? Like I wanted to move from New York City to Jackson. However, it's not that easy. They wanted to give me 14 days, 14 calendar days from when they would load me up and then they would probably transfer it to their affiliates. Well, that didn't really work for me because I was flying from New York to Wyoming. I didn't want to sleep on the floor with no furniture. I also didn't want to spend any money to stay in a hotel unnecessarily. What I really wanted was somebody to come, take my stuff, put it in their truck, and they drive it across country, and it would take, call it 3 or 4 days of drive time. While that sounds really straightforward, it turns out that was virtually impossible. So the first thing I had to do was understand what it is that I wanted. I had to look at my calendar, I had to understand how much time I could spend entertaining myself, when I could fly to Jackson, and then when I wanted the stuff delivered, and I had to articulate that. I couldn't be wishy-washy, I couldn't say I didn't really know. I had to explain to people what it was that I really wanted. And the first part of the process is to do the work, know what it is that you want, be able to communicate it, and if somebody can't give you that, just realize that they're not the right fit. Stage 2 that we're talking about here is the perseverance. Don't quit. Just because I got 17 no's and I spent time meeting people and explaining the same thing over and over and over and over again, I kept going. And guess what? On the 18th, or maybe it was the 28th call, I found my main man. Shout out to Moti of More Moving, M-O-O-R-E Moving in New York City. This guy is the man, and he did a fabulous job. He came over and he met me immediately. He was really interested in the business. He was hungry. Turns out we got to know each other a little bit. He's an immigrant, he's an entrepreneur, he's self-employed, this is his business. And there were things that he told me that made it sound like we might be the right fit. He would be there in the packing up. He would be there in the driving. He would drive across country himself. He would be there in the drop-off. He could meet my time frame, no problem, no questions asked, and he gave me a flat rate. So since I knew exactly what it is that I wanted, and I'd received all these other quotes from step 1, and I persevered in step 2, I found my guy. Let's move on to step 3. As soon as I found my guy, and I knew that he gave me a good price, he wasn't the lowest price, but he was far from the highest price. Step 3 is pounce. Act immediately, do not wait, do not waste any more time. Since I made 27 phone calls and I got a no, 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 no. When I got a yes and it seemed reasonable and he could do it and I met the guy, I pounced. I booked him on the spot, pulled out my credit card and did it. And I have to say, Moti was fantastic. Nothing, I mean, maybe a couple of wine glasses broke, but nothing was missing. He was on time, and I was so appreciative of the care. It turned out that a lot of the people that were on my move had worked for Moti for 10 years and 13 years. They were like a well-oiled machine. They knew exactly their role. So you may be scratching your head wondering, like, how does this apply to you? And the reality of it is, as an Airbnb host, especially as you start to scale, you're very reliant on other people. You have to have cleaners, you have to have contractors, you have to have property managers. If you're doing things remotely, there's people that you need to call in case of emergency to run over and fix the boiler or whatever. And my point in all this is that you can find people that are going to work with you and for you and be a partner in a team. You don't just have to take whatever the first person says and just live with it, because that's not going to work for you for the long term. Don't forget, real estate is a long-term game. It's not a get-rich-quick scheme. So if you don't know what you want, find people that can conform to what you need done and how you want it done, and then 3, execute and take really good care of them. you're not gonna have a very sustainable solution. So, I hope you found this video interesting. Let me know what wild, outlandish contractor story or property manager cleaning story you have, because again, the more that we share, the more that we learn. That's the beautiful thing about Team STRU. I really appreciate you guys viewing this. Please go ahead and like the video, and if you haven't subscribed, please do. Now, I gotta get back and do some more cleaning here.